right, I am heading to do some planting. We're supposed to get rain for like the next 2 days, I think, after kind of a week-long dry spell. We finally got the property tilled, or like homemade hillbilly drug, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much disrupted the soil a little bit, got all the trees cleared out, chainsawed, cut up, got a lot of brush removed out of there, as well as a lot of dead grass after we sprayed it. So it's kind of bare soil. You'll see here in a minute, it's not entirely how I'd hope it to look, or hope for it to look, but looks pretty good. We're gonna go out here with some metal rakes and just kind of get it a little bit looser than it is now. And then I have a seeder and I'll walk around, seed it, and then hopefully we get some rain here and we don't just trash all the seeds. So gonna be doing that. I'll kind of show you what we're doing here in a second, and then maybe next video I'll show you kind of the scrape setup and how I fine-tune that once it gets closer to season. So here we go. I just pretty much want to get this a little bit roughed up because it looks awfully dense and super dry. Man, this is awfully dry.
It hasn't rained in weeks.
I know. This is actually not bad. Once it rains, this will look a lot better. The grass you can obviously still rake out of here. Given our tools that we had at hand, I don't think we did too bad.
No.
I'm trying to take the grass off a little bit, so we don't get a lot of seeds just sitting on top, you know, but we've got a lot to go here. I mean, look how much grass there still is. Whew. Starting to look like it's gonna rain. Does look like a lot, doesn't it? I really wasn't paying attention to the rate that dropped. Alright guys, a lot has happened. We are officially planted. Definitely seeing some green popping through here. I think we planted just over a week ago and it's looking pretty good. I think we definitely overseeded. which is my fault 100%. I had the cedar dialed all the way back, so it was on like below 1, and I walked decently fast, and we still went through almost the entire bag when I meant to use about half of it. So we'll see how that goes, whether it's like they kind of compete with each other, or it works out for, you know, deer getting in here a little bit earlier than we'd like. Either way, you know, it's planted, it's popping through. We actually came back and hit these trails with a tuber mix, or a tall tine tubers, whatever it's called, with Whitetail Institute. So we kind of have the wintergreens mix here, and then there's actually a big trail that goes around that we seeded with that different mix. However, it did rain pretty heavy the day after we seeded that, and you can kind of tell that a lot of those seeds washed down here to the bottom, if you can see, which honestly I'm not really worried about, just because, you know, that was more of an addition that we put on versus this is kind of like the main area here. But anyway, since the last video, I guess we sprayed it. All the grass died. We gave it about 2 weeks, and it looked a lot like this right here. Then we came in with a drag and did about 100 laps on this, and just got all that dead grass out, got that top layer of soil kind of disrupted in here. And then I think that was about the 2nd or 3rd week of July, so we still had some time to plant. Gave it a few weeks, kind of a dry spell during that time, and then we had some rain on the forecast, or a good amount of rain, like 3 days. So we came in here with some metal rakes, kind of cleaned it up, disrupted that topsoil again, seeded it like I said, and then this is a week later, or a little bit over a week later, so about 8 days I think. You can see kind of just starting to pop through. Obviously we have some different stuff in here, like these are just weeds, but you can see it's popping through here. I'm trying not to step on it, but definitely looking good. You can see there's different patches here that you can see a little bit better when the soil's darker, but it's looking pretty good. I think the last thing we'll have to do is just kind of figure out stand placement, because like I said last time, there isn't a whole lot of options, and I'm not really sure how we feel about being in a tree stand like that every single time. I think what we're wanting to do is kind of a elevated ground blind situation. Just kind of depends on what we have access to at the moment. So that's where we're sitting at as of today. I think it's August 18th now. So we're looking pretty good. I think it's more so just fine tuning it and giving this some time to grow. So next video, maybe I'll show kind of like I just said, the fine tuning process, and maybe setting up scrapes and camera placement, and how we're kind of doing, or how we're going to kind of do that moving forward closer to season. So appreciate you guys watching. That is episode 2 of this mini series I am trying to do. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it.